The Dreamers Unite theme has been the most fun DreamSnaps theme to vote on in my personal opinion. I have spent hours going through submissions and here are some of my favorites. Now I want to preface this by saying there were a ton of just beautifully, gorgeously aesthetic photos that I didn't put in the video because we would be here all day. So for this video, I'm going to go over submissions that I thought were interesting and unique. And even so, it was really hard to narrow it down. It was supposed to be top 5 and then top 10, and I don't even know how many photos are included at this point, but it's still not enough to include all of the amazing submissions I saw. These are in no particular order, but I have to start off with this photo of Eric's ship in the Glades of Trust. First of all, I never would have thought to put Eric's ship there, and when I saw this, I immediately was like, oh, this gives me such Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. But it gets even better because upon zooming in, you will see I laughed for like 5 minutes about this crocodile. While we're on the subject of humorous submissions, I saw a lot of submissions of people doing concerts, but this one had me rolling on the floor because it looks like a mini push Donald down to go fangirl over this rock star. And Goofy looks like he's supposed to be doing security, but he's also enamored and not paying attention at all to the fact that concert goers are getting trampled.
Disclaimer, concert trampolines are very serious and sometimes fatal. This is only funny because Donald Duck is not actually harmed and is also fictional.
And I couldn't pass up this one, which is either funny or sad. I don't know, I can't decide. But Eric is off with someone who looks like Ariel, and Ariel is waving, "No, Eric, that's not me." And that sun looks like it's setting, so history apparently repeats itself for this couple, unfortunately. This one may not have been intentionally intended to be funny, but I am corny and all I could think is the 8th wonder of the world, the backside of water. And that joke gets me every time. But it's also just a beautiful and creative shot. Speaking of creativity, really do not sleep on enlarging photos when you're not sure what's going on in them, because I almost passed this up and this is actually incredible. This has so many Wizard of Oz references in it. You of course have Dorothy and Toto front and center. You have the winding yellow brick road. On the left side you have the bicycle, the cowardly lion, the scarecrow. On the right side you have the fire and the infamous bucket of water, and I think that this is supposed to represent the flying monkeys. Then in the background you have Emerald City, and this person was so creative with how they represented that. I'm sure there's other Easter eggs that I'm missing that a real Wizard of Oz fanatic would be able to spot, so definitely let me know in the comments if you see anything that I missed. Another reference that I almost didn't catch is Walt Disney himself. This is amazing. It made me a little emotional, and with Mickey even looking up to him and smiling, super cute. I love this Lion King room because first of all it's beautiful at first glance, but as you look closer you can see that this person used the mannequins turned around backwards with the character backpacks to make it look like Simba and Timon and Rafiki are all in the scene. This cemetery scene gave me a lot of ideas for Forgotten Lands, which I'm going to be redecorating soon. I love how they use the flower beds to represent fresh plots, and they have the ancient statues as headstones, and they even have little ghost cutouts. There were quite a few Alice in Wonderland references when I was voting, and they were all amazing. I could not include them all. There were also quite a few beautiful Tangled rooms, but I decided to include this Snuggly Duckling pub. It's super cute, and of course they have Donald Duck, which is perfect. I felt that this Lion King one just had a really good use of the characters and the companions. They can be a real nuisance when you're trying to get that perfect shot, or you can use them to your advantage like this person did, and their character is smiling and both Simba and Nala are smiling, and it's just like such a fun, happy photo. Another great example of using the characters to your advantage is this scene where it seems like the main character and fairy godmother are working together on some sort of spell, and here this person has used Mickey to convey the idea that they're playing air hockey together. Using the air hockey table was a really great way that people kind of strayed away from just standing in the middle of the photo. We only get so many poses, so it's really hard to be creative, and this can really give the feel of action in the photo. I love the concept of the dark castle versus the light castle. I've seen a few different people do it, but this is the first time that I've seen it separated by the water and the bridge, and I think that that just looks really cool. And you even have the Forgotten on the left side of the bridge and the character on the right side of the bridge, which really helps sell that contrast. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that this one was meant to represent Space Invaders. You can't deny that formation. And lastly, I saw this really cute setup that I think is supposed to be like a pumpkin carving contest, and I have to say I saw so many gorgeous fall submissions, and I'm so ready. I really wish I could have included them all. Plus, there were some really creative ideas that I just forgot to take a screenshot of when I was voting, and I tried to cycle around and find them again, and I couldn't, and I was so sad. There was a circus with Simba, and though I don't usually condone the circus, I imagine in Dreamlight Valley, since Simba can speak, that he would be consenting to the performance. We want to give benefit of the doubt. I also remember seeing a clothing factory and so many other things where people were using objects in the most creative ways that I never would have thought of. I don't know if I'll make this a weekly video, but I think I'll definitely do one next week because I am very excited for the Forget Me Not theme. As you all know, I love spooky season, and I've already gotten a little taste of what people are submitting from Facebook and Reddit, so I just cannot wait to see what everyone comes up with.